Hello critters, and welcome back to Crafts and Critters. So I'm gonna start my craft booking series, and we're gonna start. If you saw my last video, I got the the clear acrylic shapes from Clear Scraps, and this is the bird cage. And we're gonna make a bird cage photo album using these. So the first part that I'm taking out of here to start with is this clear window here, and this is going to be the cover. So we're going to take this and we're going to be making a cover. Now what I did first was I took a piece of cardboard and I used just like a cereal box to trace out and cut out one of these. We're going to need more than one, because this is flimsy, so we're going to cut out a second one, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So we're going to take a cereal box, and for the last one I used the back of the inside of the box, and we're going to actually use this side, and then we're going to put it kind of together. So the first thing I did was I placed my little outside bird cage and I traced around it, and I traced around it in a pretty, like my purple pen here. You can use anything you want that you're going to be able to see, and keep your pattern as straight. You don't want it to move or slide. And then we're going to trace in all of the windows. Kind of going over this a little bit. Just want to make sure my lines are pretty dark so I can see them. The pen actually writes a lot better on the inside of the box than this shiny coated outside. Okay, so there we go. There's our shape. So we are going to, now when I did this first one, I started to cut out the center. So the center here, because I was thinking, oh, well, this is where I could attach all the pieces together and we'll do like a giant bow and it'll be like a flip up kind of book. But it started getting really flimsy and started to want to tear right at the top as I was trying to punch out the center. So I'm going to go a different way to kind of connect all the pages, and we'll figure that out later as we go. So I'm not going to cut out the center. We're going to leave that, and we'll just maybe decorate it with some kind of gem or something, maybe some tulle or something. We'll decorate it somehow, a flower. We could do all kinds of embellishment there. So I will figure that out as I go. So the first thing I did was kind of like cut out the outline, which very simple. We all know how to cut. And then I just took a knife and I went along and I squared out kind of all these sections. And I found that I had to kind of go down a little, like 1 or 2, 3 times on each side, because I wanted to be gentle, where I wasn't like really kind of ripping through this thing. Okay, and then it seemed to, this side didn't cut through very well. All right. So it seemed to, like, once I got it through and it punched out, and you could easily peel it out of there. And that's pretty much what I did. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to do all the windows, all these different cutouts, and cut around the outside. And then I'll be back and we're going to then basically overlay these and kind of glue them together, and then I'll show you how to like finish it to kind of make all these rough edges here look a little bit neater. And then we'll have the cover, and then we can do decorating and everything of the cover. So I'll be back. Okay, so we have both sides cut out. So what we're going to do is these are the sides that we're going to apply some glue to. And I think I'm going to go with, let's see here, I'm trying to decide which glue. I think we're going to go with tacky glue. The Eileen's tacky glue. I think that is going to be the best. Sorry. There we go. I'm probably going to make a mess out of that doing that this way, but here we go. All right. I'm going to use, let me move this over here. I'm just going to put a fair amount here, and then we are going to spread this. I'm getting it all over my board, but that's okay. I'll clean that up here after we're done. All right, so I'm basically putting the insides together here so we get a clean surface to work on. Let me see if I can pick this up. All right. All right, so there we go. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to probably put this under something, probably wrap this in parchment, and I'm going to put something heavy on it. So the parchment will help it from sticking to anything, and then the heavy will help it from warping as it dries. And it'll probably take a couple hours for it to really dry to you know, make sure it really holds together. So I will be back after that, and then we're going to do the next step, which is kind of clean up all these very rough edges to the window and to the outside. This still feels a little flimsy, but I'm going to see what happens when it dries. So if it's still this flimsy after it dries, we're going to add a third layer to this. So we'll see what happens after that. So I will be back. Thanks. Hello, critters. Okay, so here we are on the next step. The next step is finishing, and actually I should tell you too, is I did wind up with three layers of cardboard, and you can't, it doesn't really show very well, but so I did 3 layers of cardboard, and it came out very, very sturdy. So very thick, very sturdy, which is exactly what I was looking for. You can see I started painting it. I'll get to that in a second here. So I finished out the top part of this already. So I'm going to show you at the bottom here on what I did. And the first thing I did is I took my X-Acto knife and I went into each of the corners and just kind of really worked at it, making sure I got any glue that might be there. And also kind of, I ran it back and forth, which really helped to kind of, like you could see here, it's a little uneven. So when I run my knife back and forth, I can kind of even out those layers, like so. You can see it's a lot more even compared to, so this is more even compared to like right here. So then I'll do that again here. And this takes a little bit of work. And sometimes you gotta kind of carve at it a little bit when you get a thicker area like that. So I did that with all of the sections, so all of these different sections, and then once I did that, I grabbed some sandpaper, and this is just some sandpaper from the Dollar Tree. It's a pretty big pack that you get from the Dollar Tree. And what I did is once I kind of went through it with my X-Acto knife, and I kind of sanded it a little bit to smooth it. And I also sanded this out so that you can see it's taken off all this extra, it's taken off all the extra debris and making the surface very smooth. And I really worked at this until I got it to how I liked it. And you definitely want to flip it over and you want to work both sides. So like see here, I can see like a little piece where it's uneven on this side, but on this side you can't tell. So you want to work both sides to even out all of your squares and smooth out all of the different areas. And then once you have that kind of smoothed out, use your sandpaper, go even further. I didn't worry about the outsides too much. And I'm going to be doing some embellishment to the outside. That's not going to make it matter as far as it being uneven. And then once I did all of that, because I did the top part here yesterday, and I went ahead and put a coat of paint on because I was going to see, you know, is this going to need more than one coat? And it definitely does. So I'm going to do 2 coats of paint on both sides. And all I'm using is this Martha Stewart Crafts paint that I got from Michael's. You can use anything. Dollar Tree has a white paint that actually covers pretty good. In fact, I think I have it here. Yeah, I do. So this actually covers pretty good. So if you want to use a Dollar Tree paint, you can do that route. And after that, I also have a Martha Stewart glitter surface. And I'm going to actually put a layer of glitter on this too, because I really want, I mean, it's the cover of the album. So I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to finish out the sanding and put on all of the paint, and then I'm going to be back and I'm going to show you how the embellishments that we're going to do to this front page of this album. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back here. So what I did here is I did the 2 coats of white on both sides, and as you can see it's sparkly, so I did the glitter coat on it as well. This is very sturdy. I like how this came out. I added 2 eyelets here. This is going to be how we're going to tie the books together. I'm going to show you how I did that here by adding a 3rd one about right here. So we're going to take our crocodile and get our settings set. Alright, and I'm going to flip it this way. And it goes too far in with the guard, and this is about as far as I could push the guard out. So I'm kind of like freehanding the alignment, and that looks about right. So we're going to go right there. The table may shake a little bit here, so not too bad. Alright, so there's the hole punch, and we're going to flip our setting. Oops. Let's see if I can... Sorry, the camera moved. Well, that's much better. Oh, I see why. I had one of my things studying my camera fell off. There we go. Camera problems. There we go. Okay, so, and I have some eyelets. This is a set from Recollections that came from Michael's. So we're going to take one of those and I'm going to push that into our hole here and set it on our crocodile. And I found that I have to press really hard. And then I'm going to flip it and press again. And it seems like that worked really well. It's amazing how much pressure you have to put to that eyelid to go through. And there we go. It's set. It's not moving. And that's what we're going to use. We're going to use a little string or ribbon to tie all the books together. It'll be like this. So this is our front. So this is the part I'm going to work with now. And I believe we might have to get our glue gun going. So I'm going to pause for a second here, and I'm going to heat up my glue gun. I should have done that already, so I will be right back. Okay, so I have my glue gun going, and I started just kind of playing with it while it was heating up. So the first thing we're going to put on is I have this coraled up, it's on a wire, and it's just some petals that are little leaf petals that are wrapped around a green wire. And I took some of it off the green wire here just so I can kind of get it to lay a little bit flatter, and then we're going to go in with some of the wired pieces and kind of overlap it a little bit. So what I want to do is I just want to kind of start gluing down a certain area. So this is going to get where we start getting into the fun part. And if there's any glue that's showing, we'll take care of that. So what I did is I decided to kind of go through the window and wrap around. So as it wraps, we're gonna kind of go through and see where it is that we might want to stick a little spot of glue to kind of get it to stay there, like so. I'm sorry, I'm not on the camera. That's not funny. All right. And like I say, this is the section I want to lie flatter so that I get some dimension. So I'm going to lie that flat there, and then we're going to come and twisty back around here. And I think right here, you're just going to play with it a little bit. You could decorate yours however you want, but this is how I'm doing it. And I'm going to come up here. I'm going to flip this way. So I'm trying to stay in the camera, but sometimes it's hard because I'm not actually watching the camera to know if it's if I've got the right spot or not. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. You see all my pretty flowers over here. We're going to get to that in a little bit here. I think I'm going to glue that one down right here, and then we'll flip it over and see where we can add our little dimensional spots in the back here. Alright, how about we glue down this guy right here. Right there. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Before I get too many more leaves on here, I do want to put on the name of the bird that we're making this for, and that's Nero. So we're going to try to squeeze these letters in right in here, and these are a cork letter, so I thought, oh, it's natural kind of looking, so it's cork. And I can't remember where I found these at, but I think you could pretty much find them everywhere. Alright. I'm going to try to spread out the letters a little bit here. This one will go over, and that's fine. That's fine that it does. I might need to add a little bit of glue to get that to stay down. There, like that. And I need another little letter. Oh, we're running. Not sure this will fit here. Oh, it somewhat does. I should have started over a little bit further. You know what, let's adjust these letters. And I can always go back and glue them into place if they decide to pop off or not stay. So, let's see. Sorry, I got off camera again. I apologize, this keeps happening. There we go. And then, oh, that's much better. Okay, so there we go. We have our birdie's name on our memorial album. Oops, sorry. Right, so let's continue here with some more wire. I'm gonna grab I'm gonna clip off a section. Just using some jewelry wire cutter. And I'm going to go in the same corner here because I'm kind of like working up from it. So I'm going to keep this one on the wire at this point because I'm going to curl it. I am using a low temp glue gun, which allows me to kind of get my fingers in it a little bit here. Alright, so we're going to hold that. And we're just going to kind of curl it and get through. See how I want to add like dimension on the outside of the album as well as, oh my goodness, my camera just fell over. Here we go. And I'm not sure I'm liking where I've been putting the camera lately. It allows for closer up, but keeps tilting in ways I don't like. Alright. I think that's good there. And I'm going to flip it right here and kind of just secure this right here. The glue gun's getting a little hotter now. I'm just going to try to press that in here with another glue stick. Alright. We're going to keep going here. I'm going to wind up probably using all of this wire. We're going to kind of go more along the bottom here. So I'm just going to cut off another piece here. And I'm kind of doing in this piece at a time so that I can get it to where it feels right for me. Okay. We're going to glue down in that same corner. Try holding it there for a second. Right. Alright. I'm twisting around the wire. I'm going to pull it through here. Oops. There we go. Okay, now glue into this corner here. I'll take care of this now. If I let it dry on there, it'll just peel the paint. You know what? I like how this is ending right here. I'm going to actually clip that there. And we might add like a like a flower or something right there. Alright, so let's move that down. Okay, like that. Alright, and I noticed the E here is popping up already, so I'm gonna go in here with a little bit of glue and see if we can get that to stay. Alright. Alright, so here's what we got so far. I'm gonna back it up, move this stuff out of the way here real quick. Just hold on. Oh, that's much better. You know, I think that's enough. Well, no, I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna pause real quick because this is getting a little lengthy, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go really up to the top here and also fill in kind of in here with a few more, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do some flowers to finish this part out, and then this page is done. And then we'll eventually start on the next one. So I'll be right back. Okay, all right, so here we are. I went ahead and I added more up here and kind of wrapped it around and down in here. So we're gonna add some embellishments at this point, and I'm gonna try to put this up here a little bit so it's more on camera. So I still have some of this left, which is fine. I'm going to use this a little bit to help support it on an angle. There we go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I have this little set here of stickers. Sorry, I started pulling it out already. And I think I found these, I found these at Hobby Lobby. So we're going to use this Cherish Moments. It is a sticker, but I am going to secure it with a little bit more glue, and I'm going to put it right here on an angle because it'll go right, it'll look like the vines kind of like running around it. Alright, so there's that. And then I have, let me get that out of the way. I have all different kinds of flowers. So we're going to use, out of this set here, we're going to use the yellow ones probably throughout the album, so you'll see these come back in here. There's orange and yellow in here, and then these gray ones. So these are some of the embellishments that we're going to use. There's one other embellishment I'm going to put on right next, and this I found at the Dollar Tree, this set, and we're going to use this yellow bird right on the outside. It does have a sticker on the back, but I'm going to, again, just a little extra glue here, and we're going to stick him right there. Alright. I'm just holding him a little bit till he dries, make sure he doesn't go nowhere. Alright, and then we're going to start with the bigger flowers, and then I'll fill in with some of the others. So these are not stickers, they're just little flower embellishments. So I'm going to do some orange, I'm going to do a couple orange on front here, I think. Maybe, oops. One over here by his tail, and I'm gonna do one yellow. I think I don't want to overdo it. Let's see, where can we stick this? About right there. And I am trying to get it on the leaves, but I kind of want this a little bit flusher on this one so you can see it. There we go. That's much better. Alright, and then, oops, that didn't dry right. Let's try that again. Alright, I'm going to take these tiny little yellow ones and just kind of stick them in some of these areas that are popped out a little bit. Let's go right here. Alright, let's do a big gray one down in this corner here. I've got all this excess glue right down in this corner. Let's see if we can cover that up a little bit. And let's stick like a tiny one kind of behind it, like so. Yeah, I like that. And let's combine a gray and a yellow together. So let's do the big gray one, and let's repeat that with like the little tiny yellow one peeking out from underneath that gray. Oh, that is cute. That is really cute. And you know what? I want to put a tiny gray or a yellow. Let's do a gray. This not shiny one. We're going to stick it right here in the middle of his O and his name. And I got a couple more I pulled here. Let's see. Where can we stick a couple more? How about right up at the top there? Let's embellish this top a little bit. Looks a little plain up here. And then I had one other embellishment, but I don't know if it works for this or not, so let me pull it out. I think I almost like it just the way it is, but I have these hearts that I almost, yeah, now that I'm seeing it at a distance here, this is perfect. Okay, so this is our front cover to our album. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stay tuned for the others that we'll be making. I'm not sure how many will be in this series for this album. I'm not sure how many pages I'll be making, so stay tuned. The next thing that we'll be making is a shaker window to hold all of the feathers I've collected of his. So I hope you at least come back for that one. Thank you very much. If you like, subscribe. Thank you.